What our people have to understand is this is nothing but psychological warfare. We have to recognize that we was never no slaves. We are not slaves. We were never no slaves. We were kidnapped victims. Keep this in mind. In religion, slavery is okay. In the law, slavery is okay. In the world law, slavery is okay. But kidnapping is illegal and wrong on all of those levels. The law is against kidnapping in any circumstances. We suffer from Stockholm Syndrome. Now, I want you to see another video of a brother named Nandi Cain Jr. He was just walking down the street and the police start harassing him for jaywalking. Just for jaywalking. Alright, let's just watch the video and see what happens.
Charles 2-4, can you show me out with 1, Cypress and Grand? Charles 2-4, hey, can I stop you real quick, bud? Can you come here, please? Yeah. Come here, bud. Can you get your hands in your pocket? Charles 2-4, check. Charles 2-5, Charles 2-1. Come here. I do, you're jaywalking. You're jaywalking back here. Both ways. Okay, maybe you look both ways. Okay. Okay, stop. Okay, stop right now. Stop right now before I take you to the ground. If you do not stop right now, I will take you to the ground. Stop. Yeah, I got to involve this subject. Get down on the ground now. Get down on the ground now. So what, you holding on to Get down on the ground now.
This is right here in the Del Paso Heights. Nephew, just listen. No, you got to stay right here. You can't. Hey, why you doing him like that? Wait, Alexis. Hey, Alexis, why?
I'm going right here, Naomi. Get out.
Oh my God.
You can't get paid.
Hey, why you beating him like that? Oh my God. He beating him like that. Oh, Jesus. I've seen this, Lord. Oh, yeah, he's breaking his arm. Oh my God, why'd you take him down like that? Oh my God! No, that was wrong. He just got off work. Why did you take him down like that though, sir? That wasn't right. I got that. He took him down like that though. For real. Oh my God. For no reason. Oh my God. Did you see that? Girl, I seen that. No, wait, Alexis. They can't. He just got off work. And that policeman was harassing him. Look at all of this. Look at all this. He beat him up for no reason.
My soul is alive. You can't kill my pride. You can't kill my soul. No nothing. You don't know who you fucking with. For real.
Oh my God, that was crazy. Yes, he does. Yeah. Yep, I seen that. I got that. For real, on everything I got that. And he didn't have nothing on him though. Nothing.
Still jaywalking. We would stop.
Alright, so this black man, just getting off of work, walking down the street, is stopped and harassed just for jaywalking, ended up in a situation like this where luckily he didn't get killed or anything. And the point is, the police was wrong because they let him go, right? And the only reason they probably let him go is because this sister stopped and actually cared and got out and filmed the incident to make sure nothing happened to this brother. And we need to take a page out of our ancestors' book where if we see our brothers or sisters interacting with the police, we should just pull over just to make sure everything goes smoothly. Pull over and record it. Make sure you get all of these incidents on film. And shouts out to this black woman for stopping and filming and having the courage to stand there and make sure nothing happened. And we all could be learning from that lesson and doing the same thing because we have to have each other's back. And, it's always best if you know your rights. Know your rights. I understand our rights get violated a lot. And, just to my brothers who, who talk about the Moors and the whole status thing or the Hebrews and the nationality thing, do you think if any of these black men would just say, well, I'm a Moor and my status is cool, they just not fuck with you? You think it'll be all good, you're exempt if you come with this Moor shit? No, we are all subject to the same fucking shit. And we can definitely use that as an umbrella to come together and deal with the circumstances. Now, again, something petty that we do equates to the situation escalating. A dude walking down the street after he got off of work, and just God forbid he has dreads in his head. Lord have mercy. But him just walking down the street gets treated worse by the cops than goddamn Dylan Roof. Go into church and shoot up people and get taken to damn Burger King. This kid is harassed to the point where the cops had to let him go. Now again, I can give example after example, story after story of the same shit happening, but at some point I'm looking at my brothers and my sisters because it's up to us to stop this shit. We as black people are all we got.
Man, we all we got. Am I my brother's keeper? Yes.
And that's just the bottom line. And that's why I don't argue with people about the whole racism thing. I'm not trying to convince anyone. If anything, I use the trolls, people who trying to hate and throw shade on it. I use them to spread information to my brothers and sisters that they may not have known. I don't try to argue with them and prove something that is undeniable evidence for. And no, I don't think every cop is racist. I've never said all cops is racist. And if anybody thinks all of anything is anything, then, you should be questioning the conversation you having with them anyway. But there are definitely racist cops, and you never seem to say that they are. Or you try to make it seem like it's not as many as it is. And the point is, I don't care about your opinion. I don't care about some racist opinion. The only time racism matters to me is in 3 situations. 1, if you work for any branch of the government, any kind of civil job or anything, from politicians to lawmakers to COs to cops to firefighters, if you work for the state in any kind of way and you get taxpayer dollars, yeah, it matters to me if you're racist. Number 2, and this one isn't as big of a deal, but it does matter because of how our communities have been attacked. And that is when it comes to hiring, if you're an HR for some department. Now, again, I'm not that big on it because if I start a business and feel like I need to hire all black men and black women, Maybe not because I hate white people, but because I recognize the problem of unemployment, especially amongst black men, and I decide to create a company and hire a lot of black men, I should be able to do that. So I couldn't turn around and say if a white person wanted to hire all white people, it wouldn't be fair. But at the same time, when you throw the historical context and how when we did have our own businesses, they were blown up and towns were destroyed and black people were starved out economically, yeah, it fucking matters at this point. Our people have been economically under attack for hundreds of years. So yeah, it matters. And don't hit me with that affirmative action shit, because you know what? White women are benefiting from that as much as anybody. So, to a point, that matters if you're racist when it comes to hiring for jobs. And number three, if you're somebody like goddamn George Zimmerman, if you're profiling somebody just because they're black and they end up dead behind it, yeah, it matters. Outside of those things, if you're just some racist motherfucker, go home and talk about how much you hate niggas but never do shit, I could give a fuck less. The problem is the officials that keep getting elected, they are the ones who saying, I don't fuck with niggas and I'm gonna make these laws based off of these quote unquote statistics that they like to use. That's why we should be our own lawyers, our own judges, our own doctors, own our own grocery stores. Especially be the policymakers in our area, be your local representatives to say where your tax money is going personally, to determine who the police chief is going to be, what policies you want your police to follow. Because just having the right to vote don't mean anything if you ain't running for the offices. If you just have the right to vote, but you're voting for two racist people, one smiles in your face and the other says the racist shit to your face, what good does that do you? Ain't no point of having a damn vote if you ain't gonna run for the office. And then when we're doing that stuff, we'll start to connect and get on the same page when we're supporting each other and hiring each other, and crime will go down. And focus on the relationships between black men and black women in our own communities. See the root of the problem and fix those things. And eventually the black community in America will start to be unified, and we can reach out to other places and unify with them. Like what Haiti has been going through, we need to go reach out to them and help them and let them help us. And connect with our people around the world, because they like to keep us divided. But the problem is colorism goes throughout the world now. It's a worldwide thing in countries with heavy melanated people. They are treated the least in all of these societies. So, we can keep complaining about fitting the description or recognize the problem and take it into our own hands to solve it, because we are the only ones who will solve our own problems. We are the only ones who give a fuck about our problems. And we do fight too much within the community to do that, but there's certain things we need to put to the side to address. And then when we get stable, then we can address certain issues within our community. But a lot of things, once you're on your feet, it'll solve a lot of those problems. The only thing left would be to defend whatever you build. I mean, history shows that it always come under attack. So, it is what it is. I want to hear what you got to say about it, how you feel about fitting the description.
Now to a shooting in North Carolina drawing controversy. Young man killed while leaving a house party. The gunman, a neighbor who called police complaining of hoodlums in the neighborhood. ABC's Marcia Cavalcampos here with the latest. Good morning, Mara.
George, good morning. That caller also complaining of, quote, black males outside of his home. It all started with that man calling 911 to say he had a weapon and was going to secure his neighborhood. And minutes later, a young man lay in the street dying. This morning, newly released 911 calls placed just moments before a fatal shooting.
We got a bunch of hoodlums out here racing. I am off the road.
Officials saying they believe the caller, who never left his name, is the man who shot and killed 20-year-old Corin Rodney Thomas as he was leaving a party in the neighborhood early Sunday.
I fired a warning shot, and we got somebody that got hit.
Police say 39-year-old Chad Cameron Copley fired a shotgun from inside his garage around 12:30 a.m., hitting Thomas, who was just passing by this mailbox on his way back to the car.
And he turned around and looked at me, and the shot went off, and I was just like, man, this is not happening.
They have firearms, and we're going to secure our neighborhood.
The caller saying partygoers were armed, a claim the host vehemently denies.
It kind of struck a nerve when I heard that one. It's kind of, I don't know, it sounds borderline hate crime.
Now, Copley has been charged with murder. His lawyer saying in a statement, "We urge restraint and that folks not rush to judgment." And a GoFundMe page has been started to cover Thomas's funeral expenses. His mother, who stressed her son never got into any trouble, writing, "Corey was my baby and I love him. All I want to do is send him off well." Now, Copley is currently being held without bond. His next court date is set for August 29th. If convicted, he could face the death penalty. And George, the victim's mother, saying this was a kid that was always focused on safety first. Such a tragedy for that community.
So sad. Okay, Mark.
Get off work, or what are you doing?
Have I done anything wrong, first of all?
Well, no, we have to ask that, because, see, at night we have to check. And, see, we've had a lot of burglaries and thefts and stuff like that going on. We don't know who you are.
Oh, well, I'm nobody.
You see?
I'm nobody.
You see, look at our job, our point. We don't know what you're doing out here. You see?
Right now, I'm just minding my own.
Well, where are you going?
Nowhere in particular.
Nowhere in particular. It looks like you've been running. You've been running?
Yeah.
Where you been running from?
Just around.
Just around.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where are you going to?
Nowhere in particular.
You got some ID on you?
I do, but.
What's your name?
Corey.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, looks like I'm about to get harassed.
Come over here, Corey. You don't look all right.
Huh?
Come over here.
I'd rather stand in front of your police car. So I'd rather stand in front of your camera.
Stand right here.
Yeah, I just would like to let you know that I am recording.
Okay, that's
And
fine.
as soon as this video starts recording, it automatically uploads. So.
Hey, look. Hey, my camera does the same thing.
Yeah.
And you can tell them why I stopped you. It is 12:30 in the morning.
All right.
I've had a lot of burglaries and thefts.
Uh-huh.
You can get this on camera.
All right.
Okay. So
It is.
now I'm just asking you for your ID.
Yeah. Well,
What is your name?
am I suspected of being?
What is your name?
Corey.
Corey what?
Right now, I prefer to just go by Corey.
No ID on you?
I do, but. Am I being detained, sir?
That's 10-4. Coming up on Jackson now.
Am I being detained, sir?
Yes, sir. And you can get that on camera too.
And what crime am I suspected of committing?
I didn't need to find out who you are and what you're doing. Do you understand that?
I do, but what
Get
crime am I
that on recording.
what crime am I suspected of committing, sir?
You're not committing a crime. I just want to know what.
So am I free to go?
Not yet.
So you guys can detain me for anything whatsoever. Can I get your name, sir?
My name is Officer Price. You can get that on video.
Price?
Price.
Price, can you have a badge number? Yeah, oh, everything is going on video.
See, this
Everything.
is what we do all night. Okay? It's not just you that we stop.